Well, we are 16 days away from the NFL draft in Green Bay, and tonight it's time for a first round mock on the Big D podcast. Before I bring in Dynasty Patrol, aka Tony, please subscribe, like, and share the Spunky Spectrum Sports YouTube page. See my content. Congrats to the Florida Gators winning the national championship last night, and I'm all over Justin Thomas winning the Masters. Also, check out the Big D podcast, Spotify, and also joining me, the only guy who loves the NFL draft as much, if not more, than me, that Dynasty Patrol, aka Tony Walsby. So, Tony, how we doing tonight?
Hey, doing great, Big D. Thanks for having me on, man. It is NFL draft season, and I could not be more excited. It's probably just because I'm a huge NFL guy more than any other sport, but man, the NFL offseason feels so long, and I'm so excited we finally got something NFL related coming up here.
Well, I mean, my friend Alex says the NFL season is the longest one, too, because Super Bowl happens in February, and then there's not a meaningful thing until September.
Exactly.
This year's draft feels interesting. I mean, from a fantasy standpoint, I mean, we don't have 6 quarterbacks likely to go in the first round. I think we all would agree Cam Ward's probably a lock at 101.
I've only got 3 quarterbacks going in the first this year, and the third one was even kind of iffy for me. I was kind of like, I guess.
Yeah. What do you see in Cam Ward? Because I mean, I like it. I like Cam Ward's upside, but I just wonder, especially this year in Miami, whether he's been in NFL offenses.
Yeah, so I am actually a big Cam Ward fan. When I watch his tape, he reminds me a lot of C.J. Stroud, and that he's a very accurate passer. Got a decent sized arm, very accurate. Doesn't really scramble around a lot. That game kind of reminds me a lot of C.J. Stroud's in that he's not going to take off on you, but he will stand back there in that pocket, read the field, drop dimes, and yeah, I'm a pretty big Ward fan.
Yeah, and also, in a way, get the ball out quickly. It's like teams are playing so much zone that getting those 3-5 step drops, that 15 to 20 yard range seems to be where the NFL teams all design their routes. So maybe arm strength isn't quite as important.
So I've always felt like accuracy was more important than arm strength, especially at the NFL level. And I feel like accuracy is just something you kind of can't teach. You know what I mean? You're either an accurate thrower or you're not. It's just something that can't really be taught.
Well, accuracy, I automatically think of Shedeur Sanders because I don't think there's a more accurate quarterback in this draft than Shedeur, but he's not athletic and without a big arm. But does accuracy still carry the same weight for Shedeur Sanders?
Yeah, I think it does because you're exactly right. Shedeur is equally a very accurate passer, doesn't have a huge arm, not athletic. Like you say, he's not going to take off on you. The biggest, and I like Shedeur Sanders, I really do, because of the accuracy. For the same reason I like Cam Ward, I like Shedeur Sanders. The biggest rub for me with Shedeur is that he played at Colorado, and he never really got to play anyone competition-wise. And when they did play top 25 schools, he didn't perform that well. So that kind of scares me when it comes to going into the NFL.
I guess the one good thing that helps is that Shedeur played behind a crappy offensive line in college. So, I mean, if Shedeur went to one of these teams with bad offensive line, so what? He's played behind crappy offensive lines his whole college career.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. Colorado's offensive line is just awful. So that's a really good point. If he goes to a team with a bad O-line, he's ready for it.
And the running game was even worse, if you could believe it.
Yeah. They definitely had Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter and pretty much nothing else over there.
So, I mean, for a third quarterback, I think it's going back and forth. I've heard a lot of people like Jackson Dart, the quarterback from Ole Miss. I don't know what to think of Dart because that Lane Kiffin system is so quarterback friendly. I mean, is Jackson Dart your third quarterback, or do you have maybe a surprise?
Yeah. So Dart is the third quarterback I have in my mock. I'm not a fan. I don't think he'll do well. I don't see his skills translating over to the NFL very well. But, teams are quarterback hungry. They need quarterbacks. And for that reason alone, I think he'll be a first round pick. I just don't see him actually having much success in the league.
Yeah, I mean, and then you look at Jay Newell, who's got a lot of ability. I mean, he can flat run the ball, throw the ball 90 yards, but Jay Newell's biggest strength is his deep ball. I mean, Jay Newell's not really an accurate passer, and frankly made way too many mistakes. Now, there was a lot of good. I mean, that 4th and 30 pass in the Iron Bowl, but I mean, I feel does Milrow become the third quarterback, or is he more a day two pick?
So yeah, Milrow, I definitely. I mean, I guess I could see a team trading up, like with the Eagles or Chiefs, to 31 or 32 to take him at the end of the first, just so they can get that extra year on his rookie contract. But Milrow is very interesting because to me, he's like the exact opposite of Shador Sanders. Like Shador Sanders is very accurate, stand there in the pocket, pick you apart, not very athletic. He's very polished. Jalen Milrow is the exact opposite of that. He's not very accurate. He's not really going to stand in the pocket and pick you apart. He can't really read the field that great, but he's got a cannon for an arm and he'll take off on you. He kind of reminds me of Shoelace Robinson, Denard Robinson from Michigan from years ago. That's what Jalen Milrow's game reminds me of. And so he's very raw. I could see him having success at the next level in kind of a Justin Fields capacity. It's just that he's so raw that his game would really have to be developed first.
I feel like, especially with Dart and Newell, both of those guys are guys I wouldn't play for a year or so. Like, I think Cam Ward could play day one. I think Shador can play day one, but Dart and Milrow don't look ready to me.
Agreed. Yep, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Running back wise, you know what? This is one of the best running back drafts I've seen in a long time. I mean, Ashton Jeanty looks like a stud.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I mean, he's easily the best running back prospect to come out since Bijan Robinson. And yeah, I mean, he almost broke Barry Sanders' freaking college rushing record last year, which tells you how rare of a record that is that Barry Sanders holds that record. I mean, crap, Barry Sanders hasn't been in college in 40 years. So it tells you how rare of a record that is that GT almost broke. And yeah, that kid is just a monster. He's something else.
Yeah, Jeanty reminds me of LT when he came out of TCU.
Oh yeah, I can see that for sure.
And then and then the other top running back in this draft, that being Quentin Hampton from North Carolina. He's like, I think he's an all everything back.
Yeah, Amara and Hampton. Yeah. So I actually have the next three backs all kind of in the same tier because they all kind of do stuff well and kind of complement each other a little bit. Amarian Hampton, who you just mentioned, Travion Henderson, and Quishon Judkins from Ohio State. I have all those three ranked kind of all together as like competing for like the second best back in this draft.
I think Hampton's probably the best of all three. Like, I think Hampton can be a 300 touchdown. To me, Henderson's got more home run ability out of the Ohio State backs. Like, he could take the top off defenses. Junkins is a bigger running back, but I think both of the Ohio State running backs will be players in the NFL this year.
Oh yeah, for sure. And if you're trying to decide who's the best of those three, I don't know. Like I think Travion Henderson is easily the most complete because like you just say, he's got that home run ability, that the other two don't have as much. And he can catch passes out of the backfield a lot better than the other two. So Henderson's easily the most complete back of the three, but Amari Hampton and Quishon Judkins will both just truck you over, and Trevion Henderson ain't going to do that. So to me, that's why they're all three pretty equal.
I think Hampton can catch the ball and he can run too. So I think Henderson may be more of a third down back, which isn't bad in PPR.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, I definitely think Anderson's got it in him to be a full down back in the league, but we'll see.
Yeah, wide receiver wise, I mean it's a decent receiver draft. I mean, but there's not there aren't the stars like I wish Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith were draft eligible because those guys be the top two receivers in this draft.
Yeah, very true.
But we have to wait till 2027.
Yeah, we do.
I think the best receiver in this draft is T. McMillan. I mean, sure, may not be the fastest guy, but I think T. McMillan reminds me a little of Drake London.
Yeah, I can see that. Ted is also my favorite wide receiver in this class. I mean, he can make spectacular catches. He's got great body control, and yeah, I don't mind the Drake London comparison at all.
And then trying to think who else. I've heard Matthew Golden has shot up draft boards. Like Matthew Golden can flat out run, and seemingly these Texas receivers can all run 40-yard catches.
Yeah, that's the thing about Golden. I don't really see it when I watch his tape. I think he's going to go in the first round. I think he's going to be a first round guy. I think he could even be the first wide receiver taken off the board, but I just don't agree with it. I don't see it with his game like I do the other top guys in this class.
Now, was part of it maybe Quinn Hughes throwing him the ball, though?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Quinn Ewers gets a lot of hate. And like when you look at his stats, they're not bad. He had a killer pro day. And I mean, I don't know. I think he brought Texas to playoffs. I don't think Quinn Ewers deserves the hate that he gets. Having said that, I think Arch Manning is going to make him look terrible this year because Arch is going to take that team to the next level and just set college football on fire.
Well, you hope so because Ohio State and Texas played the first game, and trust me, being a Michigan fan, I know you love a Texas butt kick in that game.
Damn right.
And plus, I think you guys play Oklahoma the next week, right?
I believe we do. Yes.
Well, speaking of Big Ten tight ends, how about there are a couple of good tight ends in this draft? Tyler Warren from Penn State and Carson Loveland from Michigan. Warren, can he play quarterback? Could he play fullback? Could he be a wing team running back? Could he be a long snapper? I think he'd be a wide receiver. Heck, he might drive the bus to the stadium.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. I mean, of those two, I love Colston Loveland. He's my favorite of those two in this class, just because of his pass catching ability. And I definitely think Warren is the more complete tight end, but Loveland is better as a pass catcher and overall a better tight end.
Yeah, and I don't think, and I know people were worried about taking tight end early for what Kyle Pitts has failed to do in the NFL, but Brock Bowers set rookie records galore last year.
Yeah, at this point, I would think that the rookie seasons of Sam Laporta and Brock Bowers would have kind of put that at ease.
And plus, it also depends on what school you play at. Like, if a guy played at Iowa, I know he can play. If a guy played at Michigan or Penn State, I know he can play.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, you ready to get into a mock first round? I mean, we've done this a couple years now, so.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was thinking about that, and I was like, wow, I think this is our third year doing this together. I really enjoy it. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Now, there are all rules for this draft. We will go back and forth pick-wise, but there are no trades allowed. So, one team can't move up. So I can't trade, let us say the Eagles at the 32nd pick. I can't trade the Eagle pick for some pick. And we have and we'll go back and forth odd and even. So Tony has given me the odd picks. He will take the even pick. So let me see if I can do this. Mock draft simulator. Okay, select all. If we did a 7-round draft, I think I don't know if I could do a 7-round draft.
Yeah, no, I don't have the energy to mock that.
Yeah. Let me see. Come on. Just thinking, like, how many trades you think we'll see on draft night?
That's a good question. I don't know. I bet 2 or 3 in the first round. That first day, I'm betting 2 or 3.
Probably for the quarterbacks, right?
Yeah, probably.
Why is it okay? Okay, Tennessee Titans on the clock. Should I just start this draft with a wild card or just go? Yeah. I'm not going to waste too much time with this pick. Titans need a quarter. Well, Titans need everything. And I'm giving Tennessee Campbell.
Yep, I think that's been kind of the chalk pick for a while. I think it's a great pick for them. I mean, Will Levis clearly isn't it. So, and we already talked a bit about Cam Ward. I talked about how much I like him. So I think it's a great pick.
Now the question with Cleveland. I mean, is it Shadul? Is it Abdul Carter? Is it Travis Hunter? Who is it?
So I didn't even really have Shador in my mind with this pick. Kind of went back and forth with Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter, and ultimately decided to give the Browns Travis Hunter. I actually think I'm one of the rare folks that think that he will be able to play both ways in the NFL. And I think that would really benefit Cleveland because they need everything and they could really use a dominant corner and wide receiver, Travis Hunter.
If Travis Hunter can only play one position, would you rather have him as a wide receiver or corner full time?
Corner. If they make him go to one, I would say corner.
I think Hunter's a better wide receiver than corner, but that's just me. I want to catch him passing.
Yeah, interesting. I could see it. I just I don't know. To me, when I look at his college stuff, I mean, I see him shutting down guys, and I mean, he produced okay as a wide receiver, but nothing off the charts. So I don't know. I feel like he's a better fit as a corner, but I could definitely see an NFL team if they force him to play one position. I could see them making him go wide receiver.
3 New York Giants. I know
New York Football Giants.
I know they've signed Russell Wilson and James Winston, but neither one of those guys is a long-term answer. But you know who is? Shador Sanders.
Oh, you're going quarterback.
Yep.
All right, that's going to throw off my board. All right. I like it.
This is how it's actually first 3 picks is how my mock draft is started.
Yeah. Okay. Shador to the Giants. I like it. I mean, everyone knows Russ and Jameis aren't the answers, so I like it.
So who do you have New England taking?
All right, Pat's at 4. Since he's still on the board, obviously I have to go with Abdul Carter.
The pass rusher from Penn State. So I mean, if I had taken Abdul Carter at 3, then who you have assigned for New England?
Armand Membao, offensive tackle
from Missouri.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so 5. Well, the 3 guys I want for my Jags are off the board, so I'll go with Mason Graham, the defensive tackle from Michigan.
Michigan, my beloved Wolverines. All right, Mason Graham to the Jags.
Okay, 6 with the Raiders.
Raiders, give me linebacker Jihad Campbell.
Wow, that's a surprise. No Action Janty.
No, I mean they definitely could use a running back, but I like linebacker for the Raiders here.
The Raiders need a lot of help, and maybe I don't think Janty gets past 6, but Campbell would fit. There's 3 or 4 guys I like drafting defensive players. Ooh. 7 with the Jets. Interesting. Both tackles are available, which surprises me. Thought one would have been gone. And you know what? Both tackles will be available because I have the Jets taking Tyler Warren.
Okay, Tyler Warren for the Jets. Interesting.
Hopefully
Okay, I mean I don't disagree with that's high for a tight end, but they desperately need a tight end, a playmaker tight ends. Plus I think a tight end can be Justin Fields' best friend. You know, he's not the most accurate guy, so tight end's a nice safety valve for Fields. So yeah, I like the pick.
So 8 in Carolina.
Yeah, 8 and Carolina. Well, okay, so I had them taking Mason Graham. You already took Graham of the Jags. So we are going to pivot and give the Panthers Armand Membao, offensive tackle.
From Missouri. Well, yeah, I mean,
yes, sir.
Panthers need a lot, and Bryce Young isn't the biggest quarterback.
Yeah, definitely got to protect the tiny guys.
So, actually, in my mock draft, I have the Saints taking T. McMillan, the wide receiver from Arizona.
Okay.
But I'm going to just take a trip to Baton Rouge, Louisiana for Will Campbell.
Okay, Will Campbell. Fair enough. 2 offensive tackles in a row, huh?
Oh, number 10, the Bears. Oh, I don't even know what this pick is going to be.
This pick at 10, the Bears, is Ashton Genty.
Running back from Boise.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I imagine that one wasn't too tough to predict.
I think Ben Johnson and the Raider and the Bear Brass might be doing backflips if that happened.
Agreed.
So 11 with the 49ers. Am I just trying? I mean, Jalon Walker's name intrigues me, but Will Johnson gives San Francisco a young corner in the secondary. Okay, Big D, the Dallas Cowboys on the clock at 12.
Who'd you go with for the Niners?
Will Johnson, corner.
Oh, so you went Johnson over Walker. Okay, fair enough. All right, my beloved Michigan man. All right, let's see. Cowboys. All right, first wide receiver off the board here with Tetairoa McMillan.
From Arizona, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 13 Miami. I actually in my mock have the Dolphins taking Malachi Starks, but with the recent retirement of Miami's left tackle, I think Tua needs major help in his blind side, and I think there's one good tackle left at this point, and that's Kelvin Banks from Texas. I know Banks did not play. I know Banks is dealing with an ankle injury, but I think Banks has got more in the tank.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right.
So Colts at 14.
So I have a different pick in my mock, but on my board here. But at this point, I can't let him keep falling. So I got to take Jalon Walker.
from Georgia.
Yep. And edge rusher of his caliber cannot be here at 14, so got to take him.
That's who I wanted for Atlanta.
Yep.
Throwing you. Well, I mean, you drafted one SEC pass rusher. I guess I'm not really the biggest Jamal Stewart fan, but on upside alone, I'll take the Texas A&M Aggie.
Okay.
So 16 Arizona.
All right, Arizona. We're gonna go another edge rusher, so that'll be 3 in a row for us. Donovan. Yikes. Eziraka. Eziraka.
Is that the from Boston College, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, don't make me pronounce that 3 times fast.
I will not let you. I will not make you. 17 Bengals, but need help on defense. I will give Cincinnati Mikael Williams, edge from Georgia.
Okay, Mikael Williams. Yeah, I like that pick. Very talented dude.
So 18 Seattle. Boy, things have changed there in the offseason.
Yeah, so I'm going another edge. Give them Mike Green for the Seahawks.
From Marshall. 19 the Bucks. What Tampa secondary needs some young face in there. I'll give them Ja'Day Barron, corner from Texas.
Okay.
And now your Broncos at 20.
My beloved Broncos at 20, and the reason I wanted to be even teams in this draft. From my beloved Broncos, I say TreVeyon Henderson, running back, Ohio State. I hate that. I hate that team down south, but it is what it is. I think TreVeyon Henderson is a complete back. The Broncos' offense is solid now with Bo Nix, but we lack a running game. So I think TreVeyon Henderson is perfect, kind of in that Alvin Kamara build for Sean Payton.
Why not Hampton? I mean, I feel like Hampton can be a 3-down back, though.
See, I just told you, because to me, TreVeyon Henderson is the better pass catcher. He can be more of that Alvin Kamara, do everything running back that Amari and Hampton can't. Now, I'm not saying I think Henderson is a better running back, because I think they're about even, but I think Henderson is the more complete back, and I think that's what Sean Payton likes.
Oh, boy. 21, the Steelers. Oh, boy. You know what? I hate throwing darts in quarterback circles, because the last time the Pittsburgh Steelers took a quarterback, that didn't go over well.
No, it did not.
Oh gosh, Jackson Dart from Ole Miss.
That's where I had him going too.
That's actually where I have him going. So Chargers at 22. And if I know the head coach of this team, I probably could already come up with this pick.
For the Chargers?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting, because the direction I'm going is not something you would think of with Harbaugh, I don't think. I'm taking Matthew Golden, wide receiver from Texas.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. Second receiver off the board. And just to be clear, Golden would not be my choice. I like a wide receiver for the Chargers, but it wouldn't be Golden for me.
It would probably be a Buka, right?
Or Burton.
Oh, Green Bay at 23. That's interesting, because I didn't think he'd be there. I mean, we've got Kraft and Musgrave. I don't want to keep drafting another defensive lineman for the Packers. I will give Green Bay Malachi Stokes.
Okay.
from Georgia.
Yep, I got you. Okay. Yeah, he lasted longer than I thought he would. Okay. Vikings at 24. I'm going to go for your boy Amarion Hampton here. I think the Vikings could use a younger running back. Aaron Jones, I think, can still be the guy for this year, but we all know Jones doesn't have too much left in the tank. I know they traded him for Jordan Mason in the offseason, but he doesn't really move the needle much. So, yeah, I think nice infuse of talent at running back to help J.J. McCarthy progress would be good, and I think that's where the Vikings go.
So 25, the Houston Texans. They need help on their offensive line. They take one of my favorite players in the draft, Greg Zabel, the interior lineman from North Dakota State.
Okay, that's one of your favorite players. Why?
I think Zabel's the most versatile. I think Zabel could play all three positions.
Okay.
Maybe even play tackle if need be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I can see that. All right. 26 with the Rams. I got a corner. We got Maxwell Hairston.
The corner from Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
27 with the Ravens. Oh, man. Oh, man. There are a couple guys I really like for this pick. Oh, man. Yeah. I'll take Kenneth Grant, the other defensive lineman from Michigan.
Yes, sir. Go Blue. Nice pick. All right, for the Lions at 28, give me Derek Harmon, defensive tackle.
Wait. From Oregon.
Yes, sir.
29 with the Commanders. I don't think there's a chance he'd be available at 29. I don't think there's a chance in what he's available. I don't even think this is a spot because of Ertz and Benson out there, but I'm going, why am I drafting all the Big Ten players? Colston, Loveland, tight end, Michigan.
Yes, sir. I know he's still on the board. Colston Loveland. Nice pick. The Commanders don't, they got Zach Ertz, but he's 100 million years old, so that's a fine pick.
Bills at 30.
30 with the Bills. I got Walter Nolan, defensive tackle.
From Ole Miss.
Yes, sir.
31. Oh gosh, you won't believe this. Guess who I have you won't believe this. Guess who I have the Chiefs taking? Another No, I'm not going to Ohio. I'm not. Even though I think Jonathan Jackson will be a first-round pick, I think here I'm going Tyler Booker off interior line guard, Alabama.
Okay.
So Eagles at 32. I mean, if you look at where the Eagles need help, where would you see it?
Oh, they are the Super Bowl champions, so they don't need a lot of help. Give me a Josh Simmons, offensive tackle.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Getting ready for in case Lane Johnson retires.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
So, interesting pick. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Shador, Abdul Carter, Mason Graham, Jahad Campbell, Tyler Warren, Ahmad Membu, Will Campbell, Ashton Janty, Will Johnson, T. McMillan, Kelvin Banks, Jalon Walker, Shamal Stewart, Donovan E., Mikael Williams, Mike Green, John Day Barron, Travian Henderson, Jackson Dodd, Matthew Golan, Malachi Starks, O'Marion Hampton, Ray Zabel, Maxwell Harrison, Kenneth Grant, Derek Coleman, Colston Loveland, Walter Nolan, Tyler Booker, and Josh Simmons.
Yes, sir. I think we got a pretty solid mock draft there.
Any surprises? Any surprise picks that I made?
Yeah, well, so you kind of threw off my board and made me pivot when you went Shador to the Giants at 3. I had him falling all the way down to 9 for the Saints. So I thought the top 3 was locked in as Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, and Abdul Carter. Not necessarily in that order, but I thought those 3 were kind of locked in as the top 3. So when you took Shador 3rd, that kind of threw off my board and made me pivot a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Giants need a quarterback, but New York may feel differently. I mean, maybe I'm just drafting this with the fan.
No, I mean, so the Giants definitely need a quarterback. There's no doubt about that. I mean, Russell Wilson and Jameis. I mean, they definitely need a quarterback. So I like the pick. It just surprised me a bit and kind of threw off my board.
The Jahad Campbell pick stunned me because in every mock draft I've seen, whether it be Mo Kiper, Daniel Jeremiah, the Raiders are taking Ashton Jeanty, and I'm like, Jahad Campbell?
Yeah, no, I just don't. I mean, they need a running back, but I just don't see him taking Jeanty there, especially with how deep this running back class is. I think they can get a top running back in the 2nd or the 3rd. And I just see them shoring up their defense on day 1.
Is there a chance that that if Shador Sanders falls past 5, that Vegas may pull an Atlanta from last year and say, you know what, we're going to take Shador Sanders?
Yeah, I could see that. That's interesting. Yeah, I could see the Raiders taking Shador. Yeah, I can see that for sure.
I mean, but Dion is going to want his boy playing. Gino just got a fat new contract.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, because if they were to take him, he would be sitting for at least a year. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Which team do you think hypothetically got the best value?
In our mock, let's see. Oh, well, I took Abdul Carter at like 14 to the Colts, right?
No, 4 with New England.
Oh, okay. Abdul Carter went next. Who fell to the Colts that I thought was insane that fell to the Colts? Walker?
Jalon Walker.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So I'm going to go Jalon Walker, best value pick of the draft, because he should not have fallen that far.
I mean, I have Walker going 8 to Carolina.
I had him going 5th to the Jags. So, yeah, 14, I'd say that's the best value pick of the draft.
I have the Jags taken. Well, actually, Mason Graham is who I have the Jags taken, but that's just me. I think we need interior defensive line help. I don't think Colston Loveland will be there at 29. I don't.
Yeah, that's a good value pick too. I have Loveland. I had him at 14 to the Colts in my big board. So yeah, that's.
I have Loveland 20 to the Chargers.
Okay, yeah.
And no, it's not because he played under Hobart, Michigan. I think the Colts need a young tight end there.
Yeah, and that connection does exist too. You know what I mean? The Harbaugh, Colston Loveland connection does exist.
I mean, who do you have the Jets taking at 7? Do you have the Jets taking one of the linemen? Or
yeah, Will Campbell. I got Will Campbell.
Okay. And have
I had Tyler Warren going to the Bucks at 19.
Holy cow!
Oh yeah. I told you I like Loveland better.
That would be interesting. Where do you have Will Johnson going? I mean, I know Will was better in 23, dealt with injuries last year, but where do you have Will Johnson going?
15 of the Falcons.
That makes sense, but don't the Falcons need more an edge than a corner? I mean, the Falcons already have a good corner.
Yeah, I mean, you need more than one. I definitely felt like they had a need at corner.
Yeah, looking back on it, I mean, I have the Saints taking Will Campbell. I mean, if both tackles are gone, I mean, I think nine's the range where Team McMillan. I think nine's the earliest where Team McMillan can go, and then 12 is probably the floor.
Yeah, that's fair. Where did I? Oh, I had him going
Dallas.
Cowboys at 12. Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, if he's the first wide receiver off the board, like I said, even though I don't like him, I could definitely see an NFL team taking Matthew Golden ahead of Ted McMillan. And so if that happens, I could see Golden going at 12 and then Tet slipping a little bit. But he'll definitely still be a first rounder.
I mean, is everybody going to be? I mean, is everybody chasing 40-yard dash-ons? Because Cooper Kupp didn't run a fast 40. Puka Nacua didn't run a fast 40.
I
And
agree.
yet,
I agree. And like I said, to me, Ted is the easily the wide receiver one. But I hear around circles that Golden's just gaining a lot of steam to be that first guy off the board, a wide receiver.
and you know Jerry Jones loves drafting guys from Texas.
Yes, he does.
Oh boy, yeah. You imagine the Cowboys take Matthew Golden and oh boy. So I mean, 16 days from the NFL draft, and there will be more mock drafts galore, figuring out where everybody's going. I mean, like in my personal mock draft, I don't have Jahan Campbell going this third. I can promise you that.
Okay, fair enough.
But I mean, it's weird. I've got a lot of Big Ten and SEC guys. I mean, my draft. I mean, Miami, Colorado, but then Michigan, Penn State, LSU, Michigan, Texas, Texas A&M, Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss. 23 would have been Georgia, North Dakota State. So until 25, when I don't have the next SEC or Big Ten school, and then 27, Michigan, Alabama. I've got 3 non-SEC or Big Ten guys in my picks.
That's funny. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, the Big Ten and the SEC tend to both dominate college football, so nothing wrong with those guys dominating your picks as well.
By the way, I don't think we have. Yeah, we have one ECC player in here. Did we have a couple Big 12 guys? Oh, two, excuse me, Cam Ward. Almost forgot. He went to Miami for that 1 year. All right, so I mean, if this draft comes to fruition, it will be the biggest hit on YouTube. It will be a bigger hit on YouTube than when who was the Colts GM in '94?
Colts GM in '94. You got me on that one. I don't.
Colts GM in 19 Bill Tobin.
Okay.
Yeah, Bill Tobin said, "Who in the bleep is Mel Kiper?"
Ah, that's funny. Oh, that's funny.
Okay, Tony. Thanks
Yeah.
for
I don't know GMs unless it's Sonny Weaver Jr. from Draft Day.
Oh gosh, rip my team for heaven's sake. Why Kevin Costner have to rip the Jets? Hey, maybe Cleveland will get his next quarterback at some
exactly.
All right, Tony. Thanks for having on. We wish you all the best, and And 16 days from now, the Tennessee Titans will be officially on the clock.
Exactly. I cannot wait. Thanks for having me on. Always a good time.